Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines today. Walmart's Metaverse. Oh, you heard that right. SEC ETF deadline. Surprise, surprise. John Deaton's in the news. IBMStellar and stable coins. You're going to want every single bit of that. You're going to want this too. Raoul Pal tells how big, how fast this crypto digital asset class can really get over the next handful of years, and it is staggering. And we're also going to hear from technical analysts for XRP's price, and we are on a knife's edge, as he says, and you're going to want every bit of that as well. Somebody roll that beautiful intro. 45 cents or $4.50. Let's check it out.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradleyAbove and everything that we're talking about here today. And you can follow us on Facebook. Be on the lookout. I'm telling you, we are going to do exclusive lives from that platform on Facebook at Digital Perspectives News, where we're going to talk about the current events and things that are going on. You're going to have the chance to throw your comments into the stream, and we'll take a few of those questions as well. But we got to follow us on there. Telling you, we got some great exclusive news on there for you as well. $2.2 trillion market cap, ladies and gentlemen, is where we are right now, January 5th, 2022. Welcome to the new year. Bitcoin, $45,900. Ethereum is $3,700 plus. Solana coming in at $164 and change. Cardano is $1.31. XRP is now 82 cents, slipping throughout the day so far. On the bottom side, we see 0.8198, and on the top is 0.8371. The numbers are brought to you by Ledger Nano, ledger.com. I've got a description or a link in the description and comment section for all the best and latest deals, and they have many. I don't mind telling you, but I don't know if you know this, but with the lack of clarity that's going on in the United States and all that we are waiting for, one of the things that I am in the process of doing is shifting a good portion of my portfolio to my ledger, for which I've always had a portion of my holdings on the ledger. But because I also have Ledger Live, over the last several months, they have integrated the ability to buy and sell and hold crypto right inside the platform, which means you buy the asset. You're not on an exchange. It goes right into your holdings, your wallet, and you hold your own crypto. I know that brings a lot of security to a lot of people, but you got to click the link and get yourself a ledger if you haven't done it already. That's where we at here. So that is a really good one, and I am going to be keeping you up to date on that. Now, how about this? I told you guys we're going to be getting into the metaverse as we move forward. And when it's pertinent, I cover it because, as this case gets closer to unfolding and things of that nature, we're going to be working more of the next big sectors, NFTs and metaverse, into what we do, because I think these are huge areas for investing for myself and my family. And I know a lot of you are interested in these things as well, but not financial advice. But check this out. This is a Walmart envisioning the shopping experience in the metaverse. Take a look.
Great. Looks like you need a good wine pairing. Take a look to your right. Your age has already been pre-verified through your profile, so no need to wait for an ID check. Just place the item in your cart whenever you're ready. I'm getting a notification from your connected smart fridge. It looks like you already have a full gallon of milk at home. Should we put this one back?
And so on and so on and so on. I have to tell you, in 5 years, I think we're all going to feel like we're in the middle of a Star Trek episode or a Star Wars sequel. Right? I mean, this is where things are truly going. and it is going there really at a breakneck speed, to be honest with you. Very excited about the things to come. Now, for Metaverse, for me, that's an example of a business incorporating the Metaverse experience, and I would look to see how that will continue to grow and become like a seamless experience for the customer end user. But I do know when it comes to gaming, that's where I'm looking for my biggest surge in Metaverse on the front side of all of this. Looking right here, the SEC has booted its decision for a deadline on a spot Bitcoin ETF from NYDIG. Another 60 days. Deadline was previously January 15th and is now March 15th, according to a Tuesday notice. You know, this is not surprising. I have said this. I'm just going to recap here. I believe that Gary Gensler is not going to approve a spot ETF for Bitcoin or anything else until the crypto exchange platforms register directly with the SEC. This way, they can be brought under compliance. They can be regulated to the extent that they're not made sure that they're not doing anything like front running or any other thing like that. And if so, they can obviously be held accountable. Again, I say that on the front side, not such a bad idea. I'm actually down with that idea. The problem is because Gary Gensler, since he's taken the position at the SEC, has really become a hammer and everything he sees is a nail. I don't want by default the exchanges to register with him and then he tried to declare even further as a power grab for the SEC. Well, now that you're registered with me, everything on your platform is a security. That's my concern there. We will keep an eye on it, though. I tell you, that's not over. Look right here. Is $100,000 Bitcoin on the way? Goldman Sachs analysts believe it can hit the milestone by overtaking gold and securing half of the store of value market. Now, it's in this piece, I want to remind you, it's a different investor out here in this world. You know, the people that are my age and older, 50 and up, they get owning gold, right? But a lot of people that are younger don't want to be bothered with it. They would rather buy something like Bitcoin. And you have to say to yourself, is it possible to see Bitcoin continue knowing that the hedge funds are taking huge positions in this digital asset? You continue to see that. You continue to see the banks that are already in the process around the world of rolling out their services for crypto services to buy, store, hold, sell crypto right from the bank that you're at, and tell me that this is out of the realm of possibility. I don't think it is. I think it's absolutely possible. Now, is it in 3 years? Is it in 5 or 7 years? That I can't answer. But let me tell you what I can answer. This is John Deaton right here. Shout out to John Deaton. And yippee, our press release got on the CBS affiliate. It was WBOC in little old Salisbury, Maryland that picked this piece up. And you know what? That's my hometown that I grew up in. So shout out to John Deaton. That's extra special for me right there. It really is. But the goal here is to get John Deaton on a much larger podcast, just like he was able to get on Patrick Bet-David, which was an amazing podcast. Shout out to Patrick and the crew there. But we want to see him get on Joe Rogan's show, right? And in order to do that, to help make it easier and seamless, if you go right into my comment section or my video or comment or description box and go all the way down in it, you will see help get John Deaton on Joe Rogan. And the link is right in there to take you to Joe Rogan's contact page where you can request that John Deaton be a guest to tell the story about how XRP holders have been wronged. Here is a situation that shows us that no matter what the state of affairs is here in the United States with the lack of clarity from Congress and the SEC, don't forget this before we talk about this article. PWG, President's Working Group. Remember, Congress usually around June or July begins to really slack off at what the work is in Congress and begin their campaigns, right, going into November. So that run right there, you have until about the front or midsummer to get something done legislatively when it comes to crypto, okay? And if not, do not forget that Janet Yellen from the Treasury has made it very clear that if Congress doesn't get the job done, they will. And they have the ability to do this because we're talking about these things being money, virtual currency, cryptocurrencies. So Treasury can come in and do something without Congress's approval should they fall short of getting something we need to really release the innovation, the American innovation that has been under siege in this country for more than a year. Shout out to ProCoin News. Looking right here, Stellar XLM stronghold, currency worldwide, 46 banking endpoints. Take a look at this article. It was originally out in 2019, but updated in the last day, in the last 24 hours here. What is interesting about all of this is understanding just how deep Stellar is getting here with their own connection with stable coins and banks. It says here, announcing Monday, 6 international banks have signed letters of intent to issue stable coins or token-backed fiat currency on WorldWire. It is an IBM payment network that uses Stellar public blockchain. The network promises to regulate institutions more value across borders, remittances, or foreign exchange more quickly and cheaply than legacy correspondent banking system. So far, 3 of the banks have identified as Philippines RCBC, Brazil's Banco Bradesco, and Bank Busan of South Korea. The rest, which are soon to be named, will offer digital versions of euros, Indonesian rupiah, and pending regulatory approvals and other reviews, IBM said. It just keeps getting bigger. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, this stuff is coming on much faster than any of us realize. Remember, USD coin, Jeremy Allaire and Circle, already on to the Stellar network. I believe USD coin becomes the public-private relationship for the United States digital dollar. That's what I believe, and I believe they either create a CBDC for wholesale backend for the Treasury and the central banking system, or they use XRP directly. We'll see. Macro guru Raoul Pal says crypto to become the fastest growing asset class in history. Says it could reach this market cap by 2030. And if you take a look at what he says here, it is absolutely staggering. In a new interview with Bankless Brazil, Raul Pal says crypto market cap could skyrocket by 100 times within the next decade. He's talking about 2030, so just over the next 8 years, going from a $2.2 trillion market cap to a $250 to $350 trillion market cap. And if you listen to his reasoning, it makes a lot of sense here. He says, if I look at the total derivatives market, which is $1 quadrillion, I think there's a reasonable chance of this being a $250 trillion or 250 trillion asset class, and which is 100 times from here, which would be the largest growth of any asset class in all of history in the shortest period of time. That will pretty much dovetail in with the idea that 3.5 billion people are using it. That's just extrapolating the growth numbers of a network. He says, so if there are 3.5 billion users in 2030, we'll make the market caps going to be something like $250 trillion. It's straightforward with just using network adoption models. And if you take in mind, to add to the point that he's making, if the derivatives market is $1 quadrillion, and a part of this crypto revolution and growth of an emerging asset class is the digitization and tokenization of all things of value, you're talking about that quadrillion dollar derivatives market being tokenized, are we not? Come on in, XRP. Come on in, XLM, XDC, Algo, IOTA. Right? I'm ready for them. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for them. Now, what's going on with the price? Coins Kid is one of the best technical analysts that I have come across, and there are many. But he is certainly one of them, and I don't know why I haven't hit the like button on this, but I want you to listen to what he gives us here. He says XRP is on a knife's edge, and I want you to hear what he's got to say over this couple minutes, where he shows us what could be the upside and what could be the downside if we don't hold current key points that we are looking at right now. Check it out.
of this huge horizontal which you coil up inside of. So there's some kind of break coming. Now if we break out to the upside, close above, amazing. I've already shown you why, okay, in previous videos, because you close above a key level resistance, you've got targets above. You close below a key level support, you've got targets below. Do you understand that? So you know, it is that simple. So XRP is on a knife edge here, okay, and it was on a knife edge down here when everyone was fearful. It was on a knife edge here when everyone was fearful, but eventually come up and broke resistance. So if you're looking for a confirmation break and a fantastic entry point to get involved in XRP, wait till it comes up, closes above this key level of resistance here, okay, boom, entry point, because at that point you can see you've got pretty much thin air. You've got that high and then the local high, and look, there's not much resistance here, okay, because you shot up into space, and like I said to you, you get big green candles, you get big red dildos, okay, you buy them big green candles, you get big red dildos, you get shafted basically. Very similar scenario here, taking off into space, and 100% people were buying here because we're looking at continuation. But at this point I gave you the 1618 target at 192. It met it like a boss, and I said to you, look, think about your position, take some profit off the table, because you will retrace, you know. And people think that my technical targets are going to get here tomorrow. It doesn't work like that, okay. Sometimes lay down a thought experiment and hopefully get to there by certain time frames, but you can see you're slowly coming up the stairs here for XRP. Now the worst case scenario here for XRP is this. I'm going to show you right now that this is an A wave, this is a B wave, and right now this is a C wave, okay. Now with an ABC correction, usually you lose this low and this low, okay. So you start to come down, and you could see where if we was to roll out of this key level of support right now, okay, this huge horizontal, then this potentially was a big A, B, C correction, and this particular level down here, this previous level of resistance, now back to some turn support, may actually be retested once more, okay, for XRP, which again, pure capitulation, pure fear, would be an amazing entry point for XRP. Will it come? I think it's hopium, to be honest with you. I do. Potentially it's a target if we lose support, but at the moment we're holding support, so that's not a target. Do you understand that? Your target is up here because you're holding the support for the retail.
And if I could, just very quickly, I want to make this comment really quickly. I stopped it so I could say something here. If it drops down between 40 and 45 cents, I'm buying what's left. I know what I hold, and I know what's going on in this market, and it's not financial advice, and I'm not trying to sell a used car to anybody, but that's just my digital perspectives. I've been buying the dips and everything along the way, but if it goes down that low, I got to find something to sell, because I'm going to get as much of it as I possibly can, because this case ends, and I see a whole nother scenario happening for every single one of us that have been here for this ride. Again, not financial advice. Let's keep listening to what he says here just a couple more seconds.
Test of that target as resistance. Now you get above that, close it, boom, that'll be your next target. Close above, boom, thin air, that's your next target. The 1618 at $4.50. Okay.
So if we pop that 170 line that he's talking about right here, we are really clear sailing for a hard shot. And obviously there may be some give and take on the way up there, that's for sure. But the reality is we get above that 170 and you see that hard line right there, and it's all clear for us to set new all-time highs for XRP, and that in itself would be extremely exciting. Look, that's going to do it for me. That's not financial advice from me or Coins Kid or anyone else. But that's where we are on this day. This is my digital perspectives. I couldn't be more excited as the countdown to April and May for this court case continues. I'm going to start doing a countdown every day along with this. I think that's a great idea. I'll catch all of you on the next one.